The Wild Wild West, baby. Have you heard of a BBL? Hola amigos, bienvenidos. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the subscribers that's on the page. Thank you for all the new viewers and new subscribers. And if this is your first time tuning in to the channel, hey guys, welcome to the channel. Hey, we are here to encourage, bring positive vibes, bring great information. But guys, we're here for one another, and we're all here to make the world a better place. So thanks for tuning in. And today, guys, we are at the beautiful Magallanes Beach. That's Playa Magallanes right here in Bay. Small little beach, but very beautiful, very peaceful, very calm waters. But today we're going to talk about some business ideas that I had prior to coming here and some that I thought about while here. So starting a new business in a different country, I'm sure it can be very stressful. I haven't done it per se, but it seems that it could be very challenging and very stressful. So I'm going to give you some of my ideas and give you my thoughts on running a business, starting a business, different types of business here in the Dominican Republic, or should I say the Republica of Dominicana. Now with any business, if you start any business, you have to look at the risk versus the reward. Anytime someone starts a business, they have an idea, a mindset of what it's going to turn out to be. And in a lot of the cases, it doesn't happen, but that's just part of the process. You know, you have to take risks. If you want a slice, you got to roll the dice. But look at the risk versus the reward. All right, guys, so let's jump right into it. I think the first thing that we thought about starting here was a restaurant or a food truck or a food cart or something of that nature. Let me tell you that there are food places all throughout this country, and pretty much every city has tons and tons of restaurants and food carts, food trucks, and things of that nature. So we thought about like opening a taco stand or a taco cart, something like that, very simple that we can make very quick. You don't have to put a lot of investment into it as far as money. So we thought about the taco cart. We thought about like doing hot dogs and chips, something very simple. We don't have a background in the restaurant business, so we wanted something very simple. Then we thought about, hey, a wing cart, chicken wings, hot wings. You know, you have your different sauces, the barbecue sauce, the teriyaki sauce, the mild, the caliente, all that stuff, you know. And it's funny because now I don't eat meat now, so so that's kind of funny. But man, the wing cart, the wing and fries, man, like we really thought about that. You know, it wouldn't take much of an investment to get it up and started, to get it up and going, and to keep it going. So that was one idea, the little food cart. Like it's still in the back of my mind. Like I might not eat the wings, but you know, people love wings and fries. And then with the restaurants, you got to look what type of restaurant are you want to start? Like what type of restaurant do you want to start? What's the demand for it? You got to make sure the price is right. You got to make sure you got the right clientele, you got the right business, you know, you got people coming. You got to look into the location of it. Yeah, with any of these ideas, you have to look at the investment, the initial price you're going to pay to get your business started, to get it up and running and going. So with the food cart, that probably would have been a few $1,000s, so it wasn't a big investment as far as when you're talking about starting a business. All right, now let's look at another one, the tourism business. Yes, the tourism here is amazing. Like there's a lot of tourists. It's the #1 tourist destination in the Caribbean. My idea, I wanted to get a boat since I love the water, love going to different places and stuff like that. So I always wanted a nice boat. So my thought was, man, get a boat, do some tours on it, and just have a good time, man. Just, you know, live that life, you know. So I looked into a few boats, and the price was kind of high. I don't know if they priced it high because I'm a gringo, I'm a foreigner, I'm a tourist, but the boats are kind of high. And then you have to deal with other things. And as you can see, if you watch any of my videos, there are tons and tons and tons of boats here, especially right here in Bay. Tons of boats, tons of tours, all that stuff. So the competition is stiff. Yeah, you have to look into that. You're a foreigner coming in. Yeah, yeah. So you have to worry about the boat insurance. You got to worry about your property, your actual boat. You know, because things happen. You never know. You're moving in on people's territory. So there are other things that you can do in the tourism business that may not be as difficult. Even with the boats, there are some people that do it and some people that flourish in it that are foreigners. So not to say that it's impossible. So with the boats, you know, you're looking at a more of a bigger investment. A boat could run you 30,000 up to 100 and up. You know, you might get a decent boat for 30,000. Yeah, I mean, for some people, that's a big chunk of money to invest in a foreign country and into a business. And you also have the upkeep, the maintenance, and all that other stuff. All right, the next, hey, everybody here is a realtor. Some people may be realtors in their home country and thinking, hey, I can go there and sell properties on the beach. I can sell properties, high rises and all that. It's not really hard to be a realtor here, to be honest about it. You know, there are no regulations and all these things. Like, the regulations are very limited on being a realtor. I was offered a job as a realtor. So being a realtor, my thoughts on that is most times you might have to pay some type of association fee from what I'm understanding. And also, you got to be present. You got to be able to go to different places. You got to have your own transportation. You got to be out there moving and shaking and all that stuff. So that is an option. Being a realtor is definitely an option, especially if you have your own transportation. Now, with being a realtor, probably the investment cost is maybe a few $1,000s to actually get up and running. I would suggest anybody who's coming here to not have to be in that position where they have to work 40, 50 hours a week to make a living. All right, let's look at being a property manager. Thought about that as well. So, hey, I can go down there and manage some properties from other gringos, other foreigners, other investors who's down here part-time, and they've got property. They're renting them out on Airbnb and all these other different apps and websites. Hey, you can go down there, manage their property, manage their bookings, manage their check-ins and check-outs, and you can make some money doing that way. That's a pretty good option right there, because you know, you're not wasting time on no sales and spinning your wheels. So when the people are coming checking in, they've already paid and you're going to get paid for it. And if no one's checking in, then you don't have to do anything. So being a property manager is definitely an option that you can look into. We actually have one. So I went from wanting to be a property manager to actually having one myself. So, because face it, if you're out of the country, if you've got property here and you're out of the country back and forth in different places, and you have people checking in, coming in and all that stuff, you need somebody there to manage your property, or you have to close your property until you come back. And so you're losing money. So for us, it's better for us to have a property manager, give them a percentage of the rental. So that way we don't have to check them in, check them out. Any issues come up, hey, that's a property manager's job. So we let them handle that and they just communicate with us what's going on. But if you wanted to be a property manager and you speak multiple languages, that's an option. But that takes time to get your clientele together. You have to work on getting your clientele, finding properties that people want managed, or they don't have a manager, or they're not unhappy with their current manager. So it's not as simple as saying, I'm going to be a property manager. I'm going to go down there, I'm going to manage these properties. I might swim in the pool a little bit. So it's not that simple. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. But it's possible though, it's possible. I think with the right attitude, the right demeanor, how you carry yourself, how you dress, all that stuff, I think it's possible. All right guys, so let's go on to the next one. The next one is actually owning property and being an investor. So renting your property out to tourists. So that's an option of actually having a rental property. Yeah, now the initial cost up front is going to be probably the highest of all, because you're looking at probably, it depends on what type of property you want. I've seen properties up for sale A brand new property, I guess it's like a chateau or something like that. A Caribbean chateau, I mean, it's no AC or anything like that, but maybe a 1 bedroom, a full kitchenette, going for $30,000 brand new. But make sure you get the, the title to the property. If there's no title, do not buy anything, you know. But so you're looking at least 50 to, you know, 100, $200,000 for the property. So yeah, your initial investment cost is going to be pretty high. Let's say, for instance, you buy a property for $100,000. So you rent it out 200 days out of the year. Yes, 200 days out of 365 that is rented out. And let's say you rent it out at 50 bucks. So quick math, that's $10,000 for the year. $10,000 for the year. And so if you got a $100,000 investment and your return on it is $10,000, that's 10%. So you're getting 10% on your investment. But if you got a property manager, you're going to lose 20% probably. Roundabout. That's going to include the cleaning and all that, but you're going to lose 20%. Then you have things that get damaged and you have to replace things, so that's another 10%. So you're going to be getting about 70% off that $10,000. So you're looking at it, that's $7,000 that you're taking home on it. Is it the best investment out there? Probably not. That's 7% that you're getting back on it. Probably not the best return, but it is something. And with that, you're really not doing any work. So your time is freed up and you're able to maybe think about and come up with new ideas and new ways to help your business or to grow your business or to go into other things while your property manager is taking care of your property. You know, that frees up a lot of time. But the initial investment is very large, and you're investing in a different country, a foreign country. Things work differently down here. So you have to take that in consideration. But at the end of the day, if it rents out for, say, let's say 200 days out of the year, you still got 165 days to maybe have family come down, friends come down. You know, most time they come down, they'll, you know, you might offer it for free. Maybe not, I don't know. I doubt that, but you gotta pay utilities, you gotta pay all this stuff. But, you know, friends and family can come down there, they can, you know, give you a little bit for staying there, and it works out for everybody. Everybody have a good time. They got a good deal. You got a little money, you know, not much, but so being a property owner and having rental property here, that's another option. That's another thought that we had. All right, guys, the next one is car rental and scooter rentals. Yes, I thought about that after I got here. I had to rent a car for a few days here and there, for maybe like 10 days here, a week here, another 10 days here. So that adds up. So for cars, they're getting around $50 a day up to 100, even plus for some specialty type of car, convertible, something like that. I seen one guy in Punta Cana, he was like, it's 200 or 250 for one day for a convertible Camaro. I'm like, man, for what? For how many days? He said per day. I said, oh, okay. I thought I misunderstood you. $250 for that? No. I'm good, bro. I'm good. But yeah, so let's say 50 bucks a day is what you're getting for your car rental. And you can buy, like I said, if you go back and look at my car videos on the price of new cars, you know, you can get a new car for $20,000, something very simple, for $18,000 to $20,000. You got to do the math. If you're getting $50, let's say you're getting that same $50, and you rent it out 200 days out of the year, that's $10,000. So you're looking at $10,000 on your $20,000 investment. That seems a lot better than $100,000 getting the same $10,000. I'm just saying. Now the cars can be a little tricky because of the driving here, and you have to have the insurance and all the things, and things are going to go wrong with cars probably more times than not, as far as with the speed bumps. You know, people that's coming in from different countries, they don't know the layout. They got speed bumps, they got potholes, like you said, the traffic and the motos. So you're probably going to have some damage to your car. So it's probably not going to be that full $10,000. You're probably going to lose out on a couple of $1,000s. So let's say you lose out on $3,000 and you're back to that $7,000 mark. So you got a $7,000 return off your $20,000 investment. That's still pretty good. Like that's still that's still pretty good. I'm still thinking about that. Now, if you're going to do car rentals or whatever, you got to have a place to store the cars. You know, if you don't have a place, a good place to store the cars, that's going to be an extra expense. So you have to think about that also. But if you're doing 4 cars, then if you're doing 4 cars, I think you can do pretty decent on that. I think you can come out pretty decent with a business place and all. I think you can rent a place and still come out pretty good on that. And I thought about scooters. Scooters are everywhere here. They're very affordable. You can get a nice scooter for $2,000. You can go back and look at my scooter video. And scooters rent for about 20 bucks a day here. So if you rent that for 200 days, what's that, about $4,000? Something like that. Yeah, so that's about $4,000 if you rent it for 200 days out of the year. So you're looking at your investment, $2,000, and you could get up to $4,000 off that scooter. That's a pretty good ROI. That's a pretty good return on your investment. I mean, but there's a lot of competition with the car rentals and the scooter rentals that are out there. So if you got your certain area or you got certain clientele or a certain little spot that people may trust you, they may know you or may refer people to you, then I think it could be a great business there. And it may have to start slowly. You may have to start with 1 or 2 and grow it that way. But I do like the idea of the scooters because they are very inexpensive. They're very affordable. And if you start off with 1 or 2 and see how that goes, and you can grow from there. Now that $4,000, of course you got some other fees that's going to be involved as far as maintenance and all these things, tires. You got people busting shocks and busting steering columns and all these things. But, you know, that's why you can have multiple ones at one time. You can swap them out. You may have a parts vehicle or something like that. So that's a great option though. That's a great option. But you do have to be mindful though. All right, next. Some people may think about opening up a barbershop or a hair salon. Yeah, people get their hair done all the time. And the investment on that is very affordable. It's probably the cheapest one. I don't know how much the hair salon stuff costs, but I know as far as a barbershop, it probably doesn't take much. Probably $2,000. And you can be rolling with all the stuff you need, like even in your apartment or in your house to get started. I know someone who did that. They did it from their home for a while. Then they opened up a full barbershop, a full hair salon. You can do it that route also. I mean, I've got one way to cut. You come to me, you're going to be like me, you know. So don't come to me for a haircut unless you want to look like me. So first of all, you don't want to invest more than you can afford to lose. You know, you do not want to do that. You want to do something, you want to be very calculated and very conservative about it. Now, all these things can be done. All these things, I believe, can be done by a foreigner in a foreign country, in a different country. All right, next, airport shuttles, airport rides. Now, there's a lot of competition with shuttles and taxis and all that stuff. So there's a lot of competition. Hey, if you already got your own ride, it's a nice ride, then it's not really costing you anything to do it. But if you got to start from scratch and go get the vehicle, you got to go get the transportation or whatever, then, you know, you're looking at back into the more expensive investment. A nice van for that holds 8 people, 9 people, you're probably going to be looking at least about $35,000, somewhere around there, for a decent van. Now I see some have older vans, older Toyotas, Siennas, and things of that nature, a lot of Siennas. So that's an option also, that you don't have to go brand new, that you can go used and have that option. But make sure you got a good mechanic, that's for sure. And you're ready to pay some tolls, yeah. You're ready to pay some tolls. All right, another idea, if you're in the healthcare field, they do home healthcare visits. Now, I don't know much into that. I don't know what consists of that or what are the regulations, but I heard a lot of people say that you can do like a home health care, home visits, or like sit in with people, things of that nature. So I heard that's an option also. And to piggyback on that, I heard a lot of people say if you're in the healthcare field, that there's a good market for DBLs. Yes, they say there's a good market for DBLs. You say, what is a DBL? Have you heard of a BBL? So you heard of a BBL? Okay, all right. So I call it a DBL, a Dominican butt lift. Yes, a Dominican butt lift recovery. Because a lot of people come here and they'll have these cosmetic procedures, these BBLs done, breast implants, all these things done, and they got to recover. So I heard there's a good market for someone in the industry that can care for that person that's recovering for, I don't know, a week or 10 days, something like that. They say it's a very good market. People pay good money for that. So if you're in the medical field, you could come down and do some DBL recovery. All right, guys, so what are some of your ideas? What are some of the ideas that you have thought of or are thinking about or can suggest? We all want to know. Or if you had the experience of opening a business here, running a business, tell us your feedback on what you thought about the process, your experience. We would appreciate that. We would really appreciate that. And like I said earlier, I think all these things can be done. I think anything is possible. I also like to look at my risk versus the reward. You got to be mindful, because I've seen people come here and lose a lot of money. I've seen people lose it all, so in this short time. So you want to take all things into account. But guys, that's about it. I didn't really talk about like getting a job here or anything like that. The only job I really talked about was like a realtor or something like that, because working here, probably outside of a realtor, no bueno, no bueno, ni amigo. But guys, it's a beautiful day here in Playa Magallanes, here in Bahia. Hey guys, and don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. I don't know what you're waiting on, but hit the subscribe button, notification bell, so you'll be notified whenever the next videos come out. And like I said, thank you to all the subscribers. Thank you to the new viewers. Thank you to the new subscribers. I appreciate all y'all. Nothing but peace and blessings. And guys, thank you for watching. And remember to watch out for coconuts. Peace.